Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the long range weather forecast discussion, and this is for the period February 7th to the 21st. We're going to look at the period for February 7th. Well, first of all, let's back up a little bit. We're going to talk about we have a strong Arctic front that will be bringing extremely cold weather, the coldest of the season to the east. We'll look at that first. So we'll look at, we have a couple clippers moving through. Here's the first one, Thursday into Friday. And then here comes the Arctic front here. But now there's some indications it could be a low develops offshore, but its strength is offshore. But they could throw back snow here further into the eastern states. So you see the flow here. It's kind of southwest. That is bringing back moisture. And if we go back here, now we see we have a westerly flow. This is going to Friday and Saturday. Now look at this. This is a cyclonic flow across the country. Southerly flow bringing moisture. There could be some snow here later on Saturday. We have to see how that goes. We'll look at that more tomorrow. But then this comes to front. We'll take a look at the current temperatures. This is the air mass that will be coming south. Here it is up here, and then watch it sink southward. It sinks south Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By Saturday morning, uh, uh, there'll be something like 111 million people with temperatures below 20 degrees come Saturday morning. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. These are the temperatures. Okay, so now with this Arctic front coming through, this could bring some snow squalls or snow showers through the region. We'll look at that here. Now here's the system. You see this looks like there's more snow here than yesterday. And there's that low that deepens offshore. But you notice here there's a cyclonic flow. And if you look at the moisture flow, it can be throwing back moisture here. So it could be a little bit more snow than what's expected. I would say maybe up to an inch more further to the north and west. So that's the system here. That's the GFS. Here's the European. Takes snow way out. And here is the European ensembles. So we have a cold air mass. This will probably be the last for a while. And I'll get to that. Now, we're going to look at the period now for February 7th to the 11th. Let me see something. Okay, so we'll look at the period for. Let me see something. Okay, so we'll look at the period here for February 7th to the 11th. And this is what we have here, trough. This trough will be lifting out of the east. And then when we go into more of a zonal flow in the east, you can see here. And we go to the 11th. Now this trough moves in. Now as this trough moves into this region, this could bring some precipitation back to parts of the west, the northwest, into the northern Rockies, maybe even into parts of the plains later in the period. We'll look at that at the surface. So we go and we look at these systems here. Then we see the trough moving into the northwest. Then later on in the period, see snow moves into the Rockies, stretches into parts of the plains here. All right. So this flow will probably cause temperatures to moderate some. So we'll get into that in the next period. But overall, we're expecting precipitation to return to parts of the Rockies. It's been very dry out here, and parts of the Rockies haven't had as much snow as they normally get, so they might make up for that. Okay, we'll look at the period now for February 12th to the 16th. And what we see here, this is the GFS, trough ridge, trough configuration. All right. But it's a zone of flow. Then we look at the European ensembles, flatter flow, but trough here, maybe a trough here in the west. We look at the, this is different from this afternoon. We look at the GFS trough ridge trough configuration. So we'll warm up some, and then look, they're all calling for trough ridge trough configuration. So this will lead to milder air as it's not as like this, where it's bringing the cold air right down from the north. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be about 6 to 8 degrees above normal in some locations here. Below normal temperatures for this region with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal. For precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%. Below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is 35%. This is due to more of the troughing here sending moisture in. Okay, we'll look at the period now for February 17th to the 21st. Now you see that we have a trough ridge, more of a zone of flow here in the west due to this ridge here. And then we look at all the models, a flatter flow, the ensembles, here's a European. Now we start seeing this trough moving back to the east, spreading to the east. Now some of the models differ in speed. GFS keeps it in the west. The ensembles, kind of a flatter flow. The European brings it in faster as two centers, one upper low here and here near Hudson Bay, and this ensemble's a flatter flow. So I'm calling for this forecast period. I'm calling for above normal temperatures here with the numbers of 6 degrees at least above normal, and below normal temperatures here with the numbers of 4 degrees below normal. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence 35%, below normal precipitation here, and for this region, probability of occurrence 35%. Okay, so if anybody wants to ask any question, go ahead. You can ask. You just send a message. But we're going to look more at the flow going across. Let's see. We'll say we're going to look at Asia, what I always do. All right. Let's see if I can get to there. Eastern Asia. The whole time in Eastern Asia, see we have this trough here. So that'll be setting our trough up in the east at the beginning of the period. Then as we go further into the forecast, see how the flow flattens across Asia, but then another trough moves in, but it's fairly weak. Then we get another ridge here across pretty much the zone of flow 2 across Asia. And then, look, we stay all the way through this period. A little bit of an upper low moves in. But through the remainder of the period, zone of float above normal heights. But there's some troughing here that could move in. We have to see how that develops later on in the period as we go back to this map. This map. As we get a return possibly of a trough here in the east, as some of the models are showing. We have to see if that verifies. Okay, now we'll take a little closer look into the Clipper system that is moving into the east. We have one system here that'll be moving out, so we'll go to the surface and look at that again. So we have one surface here Thursday. This one moves out. Here comes a stronger one. Thursday, Friday moves across the Great Lakes. Here it is here. Then the low kind of digs southeast, right, and then it intensifies offshore. But like I said, if we look at the upper air pattern for here, Thursday, Saturday, see how the flow shifts to the south? That is bringing moisture in. And there's a cyclonic flow here across this area. This will be keeping it cold. And look where the air comes down, straight down from the north, straight down from Canada. This cold air will sink all the way down to the Gulf Coast again. We can look at that. You can see how it progresses to the south. Watch this. Watch the cold air, the purples and the blues. Look at these temperatures in the morning. 30s down in South Carolina, 33 in parts of Georgia. Here is the freezing line. This line right here. Then we go to 1 p.m. on Sunday. 40s here across the south. 60s it looks like in Florida. We'll go to Monday. Now look at this, 40s down here in South Florida, and then we'll go 1 p.m. Now they get back into the 70s, 60s down here, and here's the freezing line now all the way across this area, across here. All right. We have some heavy rain current across the south, maybe some thunderstorms. We'll take a look at that. I don't think we have any watches or warnings in effect, but we'll take a look. Is it going to start?
Purina Cat Chow Naturals. Purina Cat Chow, the high-protein natural way to nourish for a lifetime of wow. Everybody's wow about the Chow Chow Chow. Purina Cat Chow Naturals. Chow Chow Chow.
Let's look at these temperatures. This is brutally cold air. Looks like the coldest air is up around this area here. Okay, here it is. Okay, no watches or warnings, but we'll look at parts of the south here. The southeast, we should say, and we'll start polling. Here's our front, here's a low here. So we'll see, we have where the rain is. Is it going to show the rain? It's probably taking up too much memory. It probably can't show it. Look at 45 degrees right now down here in parts of Georgia. This is Atlanta, 45 degrees. Gilmore, 39 degrees, Georgia. Look at this. Greenville, Spartanburg International Airport in South Carolina, 39 degrees. We can take another look at these temperatures. Okay, here it's warmer because they're probably in the warm air. 51 degrees. Light rain. We'll go and look at another area.
This non-surgical innovative technology has been helping hundreds across the country find relief from knee pain. Trust the experts. Call 833-MY-KNEES or go to kneepaincentersofamerica.com. You have nothing to lose but your pain. I got this. You ready?
We'll look at Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, it's not showing the rain for some reason. We have moderate rain here in near Columbia.
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this
Um,
the only brand with True Source certified honey. Mind if I root through your trash? The powerful cough relief you need.
no thunderstorms are really forecasted, like, as I said before.
Two pizzas and two sides.
Just rain.
Do you think it all costs $30? Close, but nah, because it's all $19.99. It's the perfect combo. From Tom. No. What would you do if you had $1 billion?
Same as Bill Gates. Try to make the world a better place. But I do it in a working Iron Man suit.
Let's check a few other areas.
This is a bad idea. Maybe we should go.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just feeling guilty. Like I'm kind of sneaking around behind Penny's back.
We're not doing anything wrong. We're just hanging out in the hotel lobby. Plenty of people do that. The businessmen, the high-end prostitutes.
That's a fun new game.
Okay, one thing we can look at here as snowfall deficits.
Let's go.
Let's see if I can bring that up.
That's him.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Cool.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Mr. Gates, I'm Dr. Larry Foster. We've actually met before. Sorry, I don't remember. You were so nice. And it was really special to me because you've been such a big influence on my life. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I've looked up to you like a hero. Oh, now I remember.
Look at this from the Weather Channel.
Come on, hug.
This is the area covered by snow. Like I said, this area is below normal in snowfall.
Sorry, I talked about my kids the whole time.
Sierra has enough up here, but they need more, and they'll be getting rain with this. But this, look at all this area covered in snow.
What's happening? I'm a smart, educated, successful
Woman?
I'm just gonna get it.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Pregnancy and childbirth actually cause physical changes to the structure of your brain.
I like the old structure of my brain. And I liked a lot of my old structures.
Well, these are positive changes. Studies with rats show that new mothers are more sensitive to danger, better at multitasking, and bolder in the pursuit.
I want to show,
Didn't stick a couple lamb chops in my purse.
as of today,
So that's
here's the snowfall cover as of today, right?
But even though
We
your
can look at now the snowfall
brain
cover
senses better.
last year at this time.
Of course not.
You're lying.
Which you can tell because your maternal brain is better at sensing nonverbal cues.
Now
Look
you're
at,
just being kind of
look at this.
Look at you, 2 for 2.
Oops.
Hold the door.
So we'll look at last year, and then we'll look at this year.
I did, but you know what they say. Hold the door, get robbed some more. No one says that.
Let's see if I can.
Well, they should, because it's true and it rhymes. So where have you been? Actually, I met Bill Gates. I see.
Okay, hold on, we'll get it again. All right, here is
Not an April Fool's
this
joke,
year.
Sheldon. I actually went to a hotel and met him. Right, right. Okay, so Bill Gates was at the hotel that you went to. Why is went to in quotes? Fine. So Bill Gates was at the hotel that
And
you
we'll
went to.
see if we can bring up.
That's you and Bill Gates. It is.
Okay, I guess I can't. So this is
So it wasn't a
this
joke.
year,
You actually could have
and
met
then last year at this time.
What hotel? La Quinta Inn, Thousand Oaks, under the name Hernandez. Thank you so
Look at the
much.
difference.
April Fools. Hey,
Hey, where you been?
just hanging out with the guys.
They still mad at me?
They were, but then I was like, hey. And they were like, what? And I was like, and they're like, okay.
Okay, and then another what we could do is
Not for me to say, but you just said it, so you're probably right.
As it turns out, there's a little reception for Mr. Gates tomorrow night. I asked if I could bring you, and they said yes.
What?
Yeah, you get to meet Bill Gates again.
Wait, what do you mean again?
Because you met him that one time with your mom.
Yes. And then again tomorrow for a total of 2 and only 2 times.
I wonder if
the
they're
area
hungry.
where I said where they've been quite dry lately. Is in this area here. We'll look. See, everything's like pretty normal. I don't want to show all this.
Wow, Hop on Pop took a dark turn there at the end.
Amy made me realize that new mothers are cognitively
Okay, so now we'll look at
those that are baby's toes.
To be fair, I co-wrote the
all right. We'll look at the monthly rainfall
It's not great to focus on a baby, but I figure I can hack it to learn all kinds of new things.
That's great.
Yeah, here's a problem.
This is observed.
I like Bob the Builder in that giraffe cage.
Hold on, bring